Playing a couple of Atlantic opponents here. They're in the state of Massachusetts for the weekend, playing Holy Cross on Friday, currently in downtown Worcester, getting ready for the Crusaders. And then on Saturday night, they'll finish their weekend here at Bentley. And always a pleasure to talk hockey with head coach Greg Powers of the Sun Devils. Greg, welcome. And, well, it's been a welcoming of the new year. Don't look now, but Greg Powers and the Sun Devils are right in that NCAA discussion again. The challenge for your program, and you and I have talked about this over the last couple of years, is obviously it's all about scheduling and how creative you have to be as an independent, and how successful you've been functioning as an independent, and what has gone into the process for you. And it's been now, I know, I look at your schedule, I'm always fascinated by your schedule. It's like, oh, they're going through a little Atlantic phase now. Now they're doing a little NCHC, you know. It's a little bit of Hockey East sprinkled in, you know. And you're currently, I guess, kind of in your Atlantic phase here, if you will. You had a couple of battles. Robert Morris was out there in the desert to face you last weekend, and you know, once again, you got it done. 2 tight ones, 2 one-goal games, but 2 W's for you. No, indeed, not in college hockey, 1 through 60. No question about that. One of the areas for your club, Greg, you knew that there was going to be a power vacuum, if you will. There was going to be a void. Who was going to be able to grab the net for you? Just to give us some perspective on the position and the fact that you have had a sophomore really kind of rise to the occasion and get the bulk of the time for you this year. And you've had a reputation of being able to be a prolific offensive team. I know you like to get it going in terms of up-tempo, and you've had, once again, some familiar names there, some guys now that are veterans that, you know, now you can say they've played a lot of big games for you. Case in point, you get James Sanchez at the top of the score sheet, and Johnny Walker, who's now, anybody that didn't know him going into last year, they certainly know who he is, because he's been really proven as one of the top snipers, top finishers in college hockey. Now you can look back in his body of work for a couple of years. And the guy that I know that you built around, I remember him First time I saw him against Boston University, and that's the leader of your defense with Pashnak. And he's just been a Mr. Everything for you in terms of being able to handle all situations and be able to just log a lot of minutes, the rigors of the game night in and night out. And he's finally a senior, you know. I remember looking at him a couple of years ago and saying, my gosh, this guy's a sophomore, he's going to be around. And you've kept him around for a couple of years, seeing it through all the way through his 4 years in your program. Well, that's good that you got the fact that he's married, and you know what? Happy wife, happy life, happy hockey life. I'm glad she's on your side, Coach. Very important. There you go. Indeed. And I know now that you know you played 28, and you're coming down the stretch of the schedule, and you'll have actually the benefit after this weekend of playing your next couple of games at home. You'll get Anchorage visiting, and then finish up the regular season out at the Kohl Center out in Madison. You play the University of Wisconsin. And of course, you know, with your pairwise ranking now, you put yourselves in a pretty good position. You've been around 9-10 in the pairwise, but you're going to have, once again, potentially a situation of some idle time. The fact that that might be the situation for you again, what you learned about it, or what the kind of the educational process, the fact that you may be going through it again, that's probably going to be a huge plus for you to handle it. Right. And I'm sure you will. And once again, no teacher-like experience, and the fact that you've been through it before, and I know you want to be going through it again, and having being able to harness the idle time to your advantage. And finally, Coach, as you look ahead this weekend, Holy Cross, you mentioned you've competed against them before. You'll be at Holy Cross on their campus in Worcester. You get to come here to an arena that just a beautiful facility. My first time over here, just opened 2 years ago. And of course, it begs the question, I know the speculation, how do things stand now in terms of getting the home of the Sun Devils there on campus? I know that oftentimes Bob DeFelice, the AD here at Bentley, said, oftentimes it's a struggle to see it all through fruition. And I know that you've been working on it long and hard out there in Tempe. Well, it's a great college hockey success story, and you know, I've been there with you from the beginning. One of the first people that knocked on your door to interview you back on Hockey on Campus, and I've always kept a very close eye on you. You probably just need Herm Edwards to walk in and say, "You played to build the rink." How about that? That's right. That's right. By request, you know, you feel free to use that one, Greg. Whatever it takes to get that barn for you on campus. Thanks very much for joining us, Greg. Once again, we apologize for our tardiness, my tardiness there, a little bit of a glitch. Thanks very much. Enjoy the bright lights of Worcester, and we'll be talking again soon, I'm sure. Thanks, Greg. Greg Powers, head coach of the Arizona State Sun Devils, and they'll be here this weekend at Bentley Arena. They'll finish up the weekend in a non-conference game with the Bentley Falcons here at Bob DeFelice Arena here, Bob DeFelice Rink here at Bentley Arena. Well, that's going to wrap it up here for our special remote edition of Black Diamond Networks Presents Inside Atlantic Hockey. I want to thank Dave and Ben, Andy, the rest of the Eyewitness News team for making this possible. For Kyle Mack here, the Sports Communications Director here at Bentley for ice hockey. Of course, once again, to the legend Bob DeFelice for not allowing us to just stand in front and talk to a statue. That wouldn't have been much fun for him coming on here live. Stephen Waters from Atlantic Hockey, the Assistant Commissioner, to Bob DiGregorio for coming on. Also, Ryan Soderquist, the head coach. Rainer Gorowski, the captain of the Bentley Falcons, joining us. And the coaches, the opponents this weekend, really setting the stage for this weekend of hockey here at Bentley Arena. Brian Riley will be bringing in the Black Knights of the Hudson, the Army Cadets, and also just moments ago joined by Greg Powers, Arizona State. They're at Holy Cross, as he mentioned, tomorrow, and then they'll be here trekking out to Waltham on Saturday. And last but not least, yep, there they are. Drop the puck with Black Diamond Networks. And Black Diamond Networks, the sponsor of all of our league podcasts this year. And we thank Greg